Hi, everyone, and it's been some time, especially because for the reason I was also stuck up with some work and everything. So, first and foremost, I today's show is dedicated towards a special um, subject that is we really know in workplace the biggest problem is when it's a toxic environment. People are trying to always pull you down, or sometimes really rarely about 1% would always push you to the next step. So it's easier to find the boss and the leader, definitely, but the problem is that is quite easy in a working environment. But how is it gonna be when it comes to a toxic environment, when all the people, all the employees around you make it hard? See, why the reason I'm speaking about this matter is for the reason mental stress is a big problem, just like physical stress or physical um, health. Mental health plays a vital role. So this is why you should give more priority towards your mental health. But the problem is when there is toxic people, when there are people who is about to push you down from wherever the place you are, then my friend, it's going to be very hectic and it's going to be affecting your mental health a lot. See, there is a fine line between your personal life, your work life. So if you know how to uh, balance it, that is where it plays. So Monday to Friday is your work life, and Saturday Sunday is your personal life. And then let's say Monday to Friday 9 to 5, it can be your um, work life, and then it's after all personal life. So if that has to be balanced, that's the good thing about it. But the problem is most probably your work environment sometimes may require additional time, additional attention within your work frame, your job responsibility. So then yes, you would have to give, but still know what is your that extra mile. Companies used to always say go to that extra mile. Know that exactly because after that extra mile, one thing is, it's not, don't think it as a low point, but think about it's your health. Because the more you're active, the more you're mentally fit, trust me, your work is going to be good and the company will see better results from you. But just because you're going to try that extra mile and you go that 10 miles and then you're like, eek, that's it. So after all, there'll be another person, what is it, replaced and stuff. So then you will be not interested of giving your best and everything. So it's all about balancing, so it has to be there. So that is one side of the story. But coming towards the toxic, a toxic environment in the workplace, it's gonna be there. It's naturally, it's gonna be there, trust me. So how do you tackle this toxic environment? What would you do? So one key thing I would always say is go ahead and try to be better. Understand your strengths. Trust me, this works. Understand yourself and make sure you find out your strengths. It's easier because the next point is whom should you showcase your skills, or whom should you prove yourself. That matters. So once, if you are focused on one thing, understanding who yourself, what is your strengths, and whom you should be proving yourself to, that's easy. Then trust me, the people who around you, who is toxic and who is trying to break you, they'll get no chance at all to break you apart. So thing is, toxic people, its toxic environment happens only when you're weak, trust me. Because when you're weak, the people around you, you feel sometimes they might not be attacking, but they the way they talk, the way they try to help you, the way they poke you a knife from your back, you never know. Because but if you are focusing on these three segments, as I said, one, understanding who you are; second, what are your strengths; and third, who do you have to prove yourself to. So if you understand these three, trust me, no one can break you that easily. But also one thing, you have to know your weakness too. That's the fourth point. But many try to impress yourself, okay, myself or yourself. You would try to impress yourself saying, okay, no, I'm fine, I can fight and everything. A person should know his or her weakness too. That is important. If you're gonna fight against your enemy. If you're going to fight against whoever the people, if you're going to fight with the baddest person or the toxic people around you, you should know your weaknesses, because that is where the first thing those toxic people will be attacking you with. So if you know your weakness, trust me, then it's harder for them to figure out where they can hit you. So that's how the game is played. Toxic people will be there, and there is no escape for you on that matter. So thinking that you can actually escape and stuff, no. Sometimes, most probably, I see nowadays youngsters who are coming into the industry are figuring hard to stay with people. They switch job like this and that because of the environment. The workplace is good, it is well known brands and stuff, but the good boss, I mean, like, leaders, very much there is a lot of bosses, but not the proper leaders and stuff. So that is all okay. So up to some extent those are okay, fine. But the people around, see, there can be people who have been working for 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 20 years. So they will try to break you. Some places, those heads or executives, senior executives, will might to play around your head and see whether are you a real warrior, are you a person who would not give up. So that matters to a company. But the thing is, now it's more conveniently done in an open environment to actually sometimes play with people's mind. So trust me, because when I stepped into industry, fresh industry, I have been a corporate, I've been in SMBs, I've been working with different kind of people. Today I've been working with more number of people in the industry and making my mark in the industry of digital marketing. So being in that wasn't easy either. I had to meet my toxic people too around me environment, and I used to be a person who used to escape and say, no, this is not my time, I can't take it over. I mean, I said, but at one point I said, there can be problems, I'm gonna hit hard. I have to find what my strengths, who I have to prove myself to, and what are my weaknesses. As I was saying, it's very important. I understood how they started poking me, arousing my anger, try to manipulate my head towards to take certain decisions and stuff, be like, no, I'm just giving up and everything. But no, I had to break it. Trust me, the way I felt that, because the toxic people around you will make you feel like as if you have an guilt, whether you're the correct person, whether you really skillful, are you suitable for this job, are you in the proper industry, are you just so much of questions that will give you more and more poking towards your head. So don't let that happen. Be strong, make understand of your strengths, make understand yourself, who you are, and make sure to know who do you have to prove yourself. So this is what the game plan. Make sure, don't give up. One, please, big request from everyone who is looking at this video someday, at some point, do not give up, because that's the biggest tool for the toxic people around you in a working environment. Don't let that happen. Fight your fears, and make sure you learn more about to improve your strengths and stuff. That is by knowledge, experience, speaking with people, being with more industrial people and stuff, and get that knowledge, gather that knowledge, and be able to even fight with anyone to give the right points on the right spot. So this is how things are going on in life. But never give up, my friend, never give up. So that's it, I'm out. Say something vlog, and I'm out. Thanks, guys.